Hello everybody and welcome to the Daily Review, episode number 292 for Monday, February 8th, 2010. And the film I'm going to be reviewing for you guys today is TU MAMA TAMBIEN. 4 years of Spanish, that's what it gets me. This film is directed by Alfonso Cuaron, who most people would probably know as the director of, I believe, the first, second, third, one of the Harry Potter movies. And he also directed Children of Men, which is one of my favorites probably of the last few years. Probably one of my favorite sci-fi films, I guess, to come out in the last few years. TU MAMA TAMBIEN stars Diego Luna, Gael Garcia Bernal, and Ana Lopez Mercado. And the story is basically about these two young kids. I believe they've just graduated high school, or they're seniors in high school, and they're horny, like most seniors in high school are. Their girlfriends leave them to go study abroad in Europe, or to go on vacation in Europe, excuse me, for a little bit, and they meet this older woman who's very attractive to them. They invite her almost as a joke to go to this beach with them that doesn't really exist. Through some events where she finds out her husband has cheated on her, she decides, I'm going to go with these two guys, and what ensues is kind of a road trip movie, but I think it's a lot smarter and more well-crafted than the average road trip film. Watching TU MAMA TAMBIEN, and this is probably going to sound very, for lack of a better word, douchey of me, it feels like watching a rich novel, and I think the ways that everything unfolds in this movie, it unfolds rather eloquently to me and very interestingly. There's a lot of times where the narrator of the film, when the cars pass, he'll discuss things that may not be going on with the actual central characters, but what's going on with the world around them. For example, there's a part where they just pass this area on the street, and the narrator basically says something to the effect of, had they passed this same road at this same exact time 10 years ago, they would have come across this car accident with all of this stuff, and I think the film really lets you in on all of these minor characters who aren't really a big part to the story, but it adds a lot of interesting depth, I think, to the film. I mean, there's even a scene where the narrator talks about these pigs that infiltrate their camp when they're on the beach and what happens to the pigs in the coming years, which I think is absolutely brilliant. I think the performances here all around are pretty exceptional, and I think it deals with a lot of sexuality and sexual questions and things like that. And it handles it in a very mature fashion, I think. The directing in this film is also top-notch. I mean, if you've seen Children of Men, you know that Alfonso Cuaron knows how to direct those single-shot takes, and there's a lot of that here. When they're on the road, one I can remember is when the camera is on the car, and they have to go around the car, and the camera never leaves, but it shows the boys, you know, kind of going around this big truck, and when it comes back to the camera, it's like right back where it started. It looks amazing. If you haven't seen TU MAMA TAMBIEN, I would highly recommend it. There is a lot of explicit sexuality in this film, so be cautious with that if you get uncomfortable and that sort of thing. But I would highly recommend not to get the R-rated version, get the unrated version, because I've heard of some things that are cut out in the R-rated version that are pretty central to the story, I think. And I think the revelations that are made through this film and the ending is quite beautifully captured. I give TU MAMA TAMBIEN a 4.5 out of 5. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with another one for you.